Oh, hey RV family, welcome to the new year. It is 2024. I took a couple days off at the end of the year to prepare some content, do some planning, prepare some stuff in advance, and just enjoy my time with my friends, family, and partner. But I said on January 1st, this train was going to pick up steam and go full throttle for the rest of the fucking year, and I intend to make good on that promise. And I thought, what would be a better way to start the year than talk about some anticipated albums of the year going forward? And I hope that this can also put some upcoming releases on your guys' radar. And in this video, it's going to be a combination of concrete release dates and concrete times that an album is going to release, as well as just albums that are confirmed to be in 2024. Intermixed with bands that I think it's around the time that they should be dropping new material, or based on how they usually schedule their releases, they probably are going to release new material. But you could just chalk that up to wishful thinking from bands that I enjoy. I have the list here, and you guys can let me know down in the comment section below what your most anticipated records of 2024 are, metal, rock, or otherwise. This is going to be a primarily metal and rock list, but there are also plenty of non-metal and rock releases I'm looking forward to. This is going to be a pretty freeform video. I have the releases here up on my phone, and we'll just go through them sort of shotgun style. Engulf with the Dying Planet Weeps is a record I'm really looking forward to. I believe it's releasing on Everlasting Spew Records. This is like a technical death metal band, kind of in the vein of like Archspire, and the teaser track that I heard was something I really enjoyed, so I am looking forward to that. I think the record I'm probably the most excited for right now, and this is going to sound really funny, is the remastered and remixed version of Touche Amore's Is Survived By. This record is going to be called Revived, and I just love that record to death. It's one of my favorite screamo and post-hardcore records, so I'm really excited to see what that record's going to sound like. I am really hyped to see what Bringing the Horizon does on Posthuman Next Gen. I'm curious to see how much Jordan Fish contributed to this project before he departed from the band, and also what direction they're going to take their releases in, because they've been kind of playing around with a lot of different genres and styles, so kind of pinning them down in one corner is difficult. I'm just kind of excited to see what genre they go into on this record and why. I think my gut says it's going to be something up the alley of the track Lost. Invincible Shield from Judas Priest. Always fucking love a Judas Priest record. So hyped for this thing. You know you're going to get some true blue kick-ass heavy metal, and if there has ever been a classic heavy metal or thrash metal or speed metal band that has been able to stand the test of time by making concrete, consistently just great releases, it would be Judas Priest in their back catalog. The Last 10 Seconds of Life with No Name Graves is a record I'm excited for. Once again, built on the fact that I just heard a track that really blew me away that I enjoyed. The name of it is slipping my mind at the time, but I think this thing's coming out on Unique Leader Records. It's sort of that Infant Annihilator vein, hardcore, beatdown, deathcore style, and it's something that I am kind of a fan of, so it will scratch that itch, and it will be very heavy, I know that. On to some projects that I think are around the time that we should be getting some new material from. Starting off, funnily enough, my hat and my hoodie. Born of Osiris. They released Angel or Alien back in 2021, and honestly, they kind of have this very specific way of releasing material, and it seems like the gaps between their releases tend to be around the 3 to 4 year mark. So I wouldn't be surprised this year if we don't see something new from Born of Osiris, and I would be totally down for that. Also, the Contortionist. I have needed some more Contortionist releases. Like, I loved Clairvoyant. I know a lot of Contortionist diehard fans weren't a fan because it wasn't what Language or Exoplanet were, but I really do want to see new material, and I hope they continue in this sort of post-metal infused metalcore style. I love to see that. Gorguts. This has actually been confirmed that Gorguts is going to have some sort of project, most likely this coming year or the next year. So, Pleiades Dust released back in like 2016, like the magnum opus singular album, single song album, and I really want to see a Gorguts record just kick dick in, because with such a gap, I think it would be really anticlimactic and bad if it didn't end up doing really well, which I think it's fully in its right too. Excited for the Chelsea Wolfe record. She reaches out to she. I've had a very hit or miss opinion of Chelsea Wolfe's discography. I think that she can make some very consistently awesome, like doom and black metal inspired music that is infused with this really pretty and shimmering folkism, and that is some of my favorite combination when it comes to the metal sphere, and I'm wanting to see some more just minimalistic but shimmering production. I don't think it's gonna like knock it out of the park or be like the best album of the year, but it's definitely something that's on my radar. Another record that's been confirmed and that I covered a single from, Moon Healer from For A Cowboy. This thing is shaping up to be awesome. I can't wait. This is probably one of my most anticipated records of the year that has been confirmed by the band, and I have really been enjoying the lead up to this thing, and I'm just excited to have more For A Cowboy. Agalloch are they got back together, they played a couple of shows, I believe, and I want to see more Agalloch. Like, I want an album from Agalloch. It would be awesome. They really do scratch a certain itch that very few bands can, and I'm not saying that it's going to be like The Mantle or anything, but I do want to see a good release from them. A live record is coming out from Whitechapel, Live in the Valley. I really liked the Valley, and I'm always down for like a good live recording. It just depends on how good the live recording is, and I think Whitechapel are the type of band that I'd like to hear a live record from, and it may be one of the better ones of the year, depending. Another one of my most anticipated records of the year is Lord Dine's Clandestine Transcendence. That is a fucking mouthful. But if you are not familiar with this project, I heavily suggest you go check out the single that was released in anticipation for it. This is like a sludge, doom / death metal band. Like, it has a lot, but it really is dirge-like, and I'm loving the atmosphere and especially the dense production on this thing leading up to it, and I'm hoping that lives up to it. I'm super excited for that. One of my favorite slam bands, like slam metal bands, are releasing a new record this year, Atoll, with Inhuman Implants. I've always saw Atoll stand out of the crowd when it comes to slam metal, and they're not reinventing the wheel, but I've had the chance to listen to their music on physical copy. The label actually sent me some stuff from Atoll. I just really do think they write some of the coolest slam metal releases, and in a genre that kind of blends in with each other, I do really like it. And then a couple other bands that are around the time that they should probably be doing something new. We got the Black Dahlia Murder. They're obviously coming back from a very tragic and horrific period of time that struck the band, but they have shown interest in returning to doing stuff in this year, and I really hope that they can have a comeback like The Ghost Inside, something that is beautiful and something that sort of savors the memory. I think that that would be the direction that I personally would go in, and I can't wait to see how they come back. In the past, I've been a little up and down on their releases in terms of quality and consistency, but I really would like to see where they will go after this loss, tragically. And then Era. I think that we're probably going to be getting an Era record in the back half of the year or the start of 2025. That's my prediction. Because I think, like, anytime they release a random single that's attached to nothing, like, look at Pale Iris, think of Eye of God, where Eye of God released on its own randomly, and then later we got the announcement of the album. It seems like Era has gotten a really big momentum and rhythm to releasing material, especially in, like, the COVID eras, and I can't wait to see what they do, because I wouldn't be surprised if it's like next year, but it's kind of following the trajectory that Eye of God did, and we did get an album announcement fairly soon after that, and for Pale Iris to just drop out of nowhere, I do think that it is leading to something, and even if it's just like an EP or something, I don't think we're going to have a quiet year from Era, because it isn't really like them to leave silence for too terribly long. They've always been a very hard-working band that's constantly making new material. But that does it for me. What are your guys' most anticipated records of the year, metal, rock, or otherwise? You can let me know down in the comment section below. I can't wait to hear it. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is, my name is Jay Morris, and I'm signing off saying farewell.